I'm excited. I don't know about you, but I know I am. Is this, with the signing of Aaron Jones, the beginning of all in by the Green Bay Packers? Or, as many of you put it, this is just subtraction or addition by the subtraction by the addition of? And I'll explain that coming up here momentarily. But Green Bay Packers re-signed Aaron Jones. The signing bonus about 13 million bucks. You can throw in the base salary, almost a given that what his base salary is going to be this year, about $1 million. So they do save a bit of a cap number there, which is the reason they wanted to re-sign him, I guess. Thanks to all of you paying attention to the program today. Thanks to all of you following us over on many of the different platforms as well, which is Facebook and YouTube and Twitch as well. You can follow us there under Bill Michaels, Michaels. But it is, I am glad to see Aaron Jones back. He took less money to stay in Green Bay. Apparently, he's not only wants to stay because he likes the area and likes the team, but has a love interest apparently in the area as well that wanted to keep him here. So many different reasons Aaron Jones wanted to stay, with the Packers going on and rather than owing him $8 million this year, the base salary is under $1 million, and the signing bonus and the guaranteed money come due. But it creates some cap flexibility anyway in that particular realm for Aaron Jones. It doesn't matter how you get it as long as you get the money. And he got the money. Now, he could have gotten more, according to his agent, Drew Rosenhaus. But Aaron being Aaron, he wanted to stay here, which is good news for the Green Bay Packers. So they work out a deal with Aaron. We said at the time that he could end up coming back with the team, which was something I thought was an outside shot. I didn't think it was that was this evident that he would be back, but because many just thought it was going to be A.J. Dillon time. Now you got to believe that it's A.J. Dillon, Aaron Jones, and then do they in some way try to keep the band together with Jamal Williams and have one of the best running back trios in all of football? So you've kept one of your better receivers. You kept Devin Funchess. You still have Devontae, and you would assume they're going to work out a long-term deal with him. You have a majority of your offensive line together, and short of Corey Linsley, who's going to hit the open market. So now, if you can bring back Tunyon, maybe Mercedes Lewis, we'll wait and see. Your offense from last year, one of the highest scoring offenses in the league, that now remains together. So it was interesting that I'm sitting here watching NFL, Good Morning NFL, and I was watching some of the Four Letter Network. And now you ask, well, what is the next big signing that's going to help the Green Bay Packers? And inevitably, from everybody that had I'll say a judgment in all of this, they all went defense and they all went corner. Interesting, Casey Hayward's on the open market, even though he does have a familiarity in Green Bay. Would he be of interest to the Packers? But who else is out there that would then bolster that secondary and maybe the defensive front and maybe turn this team into a perennial power? So they're kind of keeping the band together, but they still need to add a couple more pieces in many people's minds. So welcome to the Monday edition of the Bill Michaels Show. And then the picks are in. Do you have your picks in yet? I ended up filling the bracket out this morning. I'll post it coming up here in a little bit. But the Badgers get the blue blood. That is North Carolina. I love it. I don't know about the rest of you, but I love this. I am glad that the Badgers get who they got. I'm excited about this. Now, do I think the Badgers are going to win? Did I pick them to win? No, I didn't. And I know that disappoints some of you, and I'm sorry. But the Badgers got to do a little bit more. Prove to me a little bit more. They played well. I mean, they played hard. The last time you and I talked, we were kind of hoping for a Badgers victory and then to advance in the Big Ten tournament. But just didn't work out. Just proved to be a little bit too much. Doesn't mean, though, that I don't believe that the Badgers can get the win and can get the job done. But Gonzaga, the Zags, are going to take on the 16 seed. We all know that. That's pretty much a foregone conclusion. You've got Michigan the number one in the East, Illinois, the number one in the Midwest, and then Baylor, the number one in the South, even though all these games are being played in Indiana, in the Indianapolis region. But who do you got going all the way? I already filled mine out. And I know it's an easy pick when you talk about chalk all the way through, Gonzaga all the way through. But I have them playing Ohio State. I think Ohio State beats Baylor. Ohio State found something in the Big Ten tournament. They played extremely well down the stretch to get to the finals, but just not enough. But Illinois, I have Ohio State beating Illinois in the Final Four. Illinois getting there, Ohio State getting there, Baylor getting to the Elite Eight, Houston getting to the Elite Eight, Alabama, Michigan getting to the Final Four. So you have three teams out of the Big Ten, in my opinion, getting to the Final Four. Iowa just runs into the Zags, and the Zags are just so damn good. I don't see them losing. But some of the other ones that I think are relatively interesting in the 12-5 matchup, I look at Creighton getting a win. I do have Georgetown, who wins the Big East, knocking off Colorado as your 12-5 every year. You have one, 12-5 upset. Tennessee beating Oregon State in the other 12-5, and then Villanova getting the win against Winthrop in the other 12-5. I do have Syracuse. I mean, if you want to talk some upsets, Syracuse getting over San Diego State down in the Midwest Regional. And that would be one of your 11-6 upsets, then being beaten by West Virginia. But I do have Bob Huggins' team losing to Houston. They just never can get past the Sweet 16. So I do have them getting beat, although it would be very possible, it would not surprise me if Syracuse knocked out West Virginia, just because that's the way Huggins' teams go. They get to the tournament, full head of steam, they look good, and then nothing. Florida State passing Georgetown. So Georgetown getting the 12-5 win, and then after that getting knocked off by Florida State. BYU getting the win, Texas getting the win. So BYU and Texas end up meeting up. Maryland, though, in the 10-7 matchup out of the Big Ten, I got Maryland getting a win before getting bounced by Alabama. So many different, I'm going to say somewhat upsets, if you want to call them that, but I just got a good feel for the tournament. So I'll post that the whole bracket coming up here in just a little bit. And this year is weird. This year is weird. Why? Because you don't have your traditional play-in games on Tuesday, and then the tournament getting underway on Thursday. Instead, the play-in games are on Thursday after everybody gets in, because everybody's heading to Indianapolis today, and all the testing is going on today. All the teams are going to be tested. All the teams go into their bubbles. And then the tournament gets underway on Thursday after everybody's quarantined and tests again on Wednesday to make sure teams are safe. And then they have the Thursday play-in games, and then the tournament gets underway on Friday and goes Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I don't know if I like the Monday games. We'll have to wait for the field on Monday. But we will have tournament play coming up this weekend as well. So, but I'm geeked, man. Had some Thin Mints over the weekend. Watched some college hoops. Enjoyed myself. Went out and enjoyed a little music on Friday night. Had a good fish fry, and then Saturday night had a fun time over at Wisconsin Harley Davidson out in Oconomowoc. And they had what they call a Bikes and Brews event, which was really cool. All the new 2021s were out, and they had all the different models in the showroom. They had some music there. They had beer tasting from many different microbrews and small breweries throughout the area and throughout the state of Wisconsin. So it was good to get out and do some things that had that sense of normalcy again, I guess is the best way to put it. But a lot of fun. If you want to chime in, 877-867-1670, 877-867-1670. Again, 877-867-1670. Hit us up over on Twitter at Bill_Michaels. At Bill_Michaels. Going to talk later on today. Pete Doherty of the Green Bay Press Gazette and PackersNews.com. We're going to get his opinion on all of this. And we have still not seen the restructuring, if you will, of Aaron Rodgers' contract. Preston Smith is hanging around. So, again, on the cyclical year in which Preston Smith's numbers traditionally go up, the Packers are rolling the dice and keeping him around. They're not going to go after another edge rusher. They're going to keep him in their own backyard, save themselves a little bit of money in doing so. And so he's going to be hanging around. So you keep the guys together. The band's still here. You just need a couple more pieces. You need to find a good defender opposite Jair Alexander. You need to find depth on that defensive front, and you probably need to find depth at the linebacking core. And that's where the Packers are going to look. And then it's the draft. So how do you feel about this team? There was a lot of uncertainty. Right now, the only guy of key suspect that the Packers are going to lose is Corey Linsley. So tell me your thoughts. Is this the all-in mentality that you were hoping for or were looking for? Or is this the, well, we're keeping those that we know and we'll see from here? 877-867-1670. Again, 877-867-1670. And everybody chiming in. Need to replace, need the draft to get KK replacement. That's from Kyle. Who's behind the curtain says could franchise Aaron Jones and save $13 million. Well, the $13 million is signing bonus. So that to me is, I mean, that's not going to count against your hard cap. So you actually saved a lot of money. Eric says they've consistently signed their own free agents. Can't think of a couple of guys that didn't get the first big contract with Green Bay. The fact that, and let's take a step back here for a minute. Do you feel Aaron Jones is a good player? I think we can all agree on yes, right? The second aspect of this is we talked about draft and develop. When you draft and develop and then lose those guys, it's disappointing. They drafted him, they developed him, and now he's remaining with the team. That's the way it's supposed to go. Draft, retain your guys. That's why I love this move. 877-867-1670. The Vikings and linebacker Anthony Barr, by the way, have agreed to a new contract that's going to see him earn $10 million this season. So the Vikings keep their guy. He will be a free agent, though, in 2022, but he agrees to take a pay cut to remain with the band there this year. 877-867-1670. 877-867-1670. Hit us up on the phones. Do you feel that this is one of those all-in moves? Are you excited about this? Are you excited about this? I am. I'm excited about this. I'm glad they're keeping Aaron Jones. They keep a good pass catcher. They keep a good blocker. They keep a good running back, a multi-use weapon coming out of the backfield for Aaron Rodgers, a guy that has continually gotten better in his time with Green Bay. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Vegas fan says, like the move, but not all in yet. Still need some core help, and hopefully the center comes back. I don't think Corey Linsley comes back. I just don't. Jackson says, if they can pick up one more big free agent and maybe some trade-up difference now players, yes, then it would be all in. It would have to be looked at as the all-in mentality, and no matter the outcome, I'll be happy. Good stuff. Are they all in? Are the Packers making you feel better? Signing, re-signing, if you will, keeping Aaron Jones for your contract. Stay tuned. We got more of the Bill Michaels Show next. Welcome back to the program, The Bill Michaels Show. We continue on. Saying hi to Jack, listening to us in Madison on our flagship station, The Zone out there, 1670 AM. He says he catches us on the AM every day. Also, Martha, the mighty WVRQ 1360 in Baroque. Thanks for listening to us there. And Chad says, I cannot believe that you had never been to Leon's in your entire time here in Wisconsin. Right? For those that follow me over on Facebook, this weekend, I had a flat tire. I had a blowout on the highway. I had to look at refrigerators. I still haven't bought a new refrigerator yet. Mine's kind of hanging in there. It'll work for about 5-6 hours, and then it'll die for about an hour, and then it'll work for about 4 or 5 more. So it keeps going back and forth. So I was going to go look at refrigerators this weekend and had a blowout on the highway. Do you ever have a blowout on the highway, man? That's a little bit of a scary thing. It's not like watching NASCAR where they have a blowout. Next thing you know, you're into the wall. But at about 70 miles an hour, when that thing, you hear it, and what happened was the belt in the tire let go. So there was not a big hole in the tire. The tire the belt went, and then the tire got all cattywampus and lost air. So I got it off the highway, and I tell you what, jacking up a car with one of those scissor jacks, it's like trying to lift a car with an ant farm. It's terrible. It's just terrible. So I got that thing changed, and I thought, you know what? I'm not going to go look at the fridge. I was down the street on 27th Street in Milwaukee, and I ended up going to Leon's Frozen Custard. And I finally went to Leon's. The inspiration. That was one for Owl's Drive-In and the show Happy Days. I got a chance to get over there. So, Chad, yes, I did get over there for the first time in all my days here in the state of Wisconsin in over 20 years. I got over to Leon's. It was really good too. I can see why so many people go there. It was really, really good. So shout out to Leon's, and thanks for. So there you go. 877-867-1670, 877-867-1670. If you want to chime in, feel free to do so. Again, 877-867-1670. There we go. Is that any better? Hopefully it's hopefully a little bit better today. The sound on the audio, I guess, over on the live stream, not as good today, but we'll see what we can do during the break. We'll see what we can do during the commercial break. It's a little cattywampus in my ear too, to be honest with you. So we'll figure that out. 877-867-1670 again. 877-867-1670. You want to chime in? We'll try to redo it. Jason says, get a floor jack for like $25. Your tire changing days are going to go much quicker. I really should. I even said that. Kristen and I were out, and I'm kind of like, man, it's it's terrible. It was terrible trying to get that thing to be jacked up. It took longer to jack the car up and to let the car down than it did to actually change the tire. So, yeah, I'll get it taken care of. The audio. I get it. Let me.